Welcome students to the class. Today we are going to discuss about stomata, isn't it? So आज की क्लास में हम लोग स्ट्रक्चर, फंक्शन और different types of stomata उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. Stomata we know that it is a very important, yes, regarding the photosynthesis. जब हम photosynthesis पढ़ते हैं, जब हम लाइफ प्रोसेस ये चैप्टर में न्यूट्रिशन इन प्लांट्स पढ़ते हैं, इन दैट केस वी सी विद द photosynthesis also. So stomata plays a very important role in photosynthesis. So we are going to discuss the structure of stomata in today's class, isn't it? If I talk about stomata, तो क्या है stomata? What is stomata? We know that all of us, if someone is asking you what is stomata, what the first thing that comes in our mind? सबसे पहले यही आता है कि yes, there are some small openings or tiny pores which are present on a leaf, isn't it? So yes, students, you are very much true. Stomata are the tiny pores which are present on an epidermis of leaves. Yes. Now, what is epidermis? We know the epidermis, that means the outermost cell जो रहेगा, isn't it? जो covering रहेगी leaf की, definitely वहाँ पर tiny pores रहेंगे, छोटे छोटे बहुत ही, we cannot see that pores, okay? That by the naked eyes हम उसको देख नहीं सकते, but yes, there are some minute tiny pores. Yes, the opening रहेगी through which what happens, the gaseous exchange takes place. गैशियस का अंदर बाहर होना वहां से पॉसिबल होता है. उसके साथ साथ ट्रांसपीरेशन, दैट मीन्स द लॉस ऑफ वाटर, है ना? प्लांट में से जो वाटर का लॉस होता है वो प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं ट्रांसपीरेशन. तो वो प्रोसेस भी स्टोमेटा से होती है. गॉट इट स्टूडेंट्स? So we can say that the pores of the stomata, what is its role? They facilitate the gaseous exchange, isn't it? They facilitate the gaseous exchange and they are mostly present under the leaf surface. Now the stomata may occur on any part of the plant except the roots. This is important to remember. क्या है, हमको अभी तक हमको क्या दिमाग में है कि yes, what is stomata? If it is there, so they are present on leaf, and if there is a stomata. But remember student, this is very important, that stomata can also be there on stems of a plant. Yes, so some plant stem do have stomata. So that's why it is written here that the stomata may occur on any part of the plant except the roots. Got it? Stomata also controls the rate of transpiration by opening and closing. Yes, stomata can open and close. वो जो pores है वो बंद भी होते हैं और open भी होते हैं, खुलते भी हैं. And because of that opening and closing, it also controls the rate of transpiration. कैसे control करेंगे? Now, suppose the pores are open, है ना? So what will happen? The water, it will be lost from the plants. Plants में से water का लॉस हो सकता है बाय इवेपोरेशन, उसको हम बोलते हैं ट्रांसपीरेशन, है ना? बट सपोज अब ऐसी कोई कंडीशन है कि वाटर प्लांट में बहुत कम है, yes, or surrounding, if it is very less water for the plants, so what will the plant do? Plant स्टोमेटा को क्लोज कर देता है. यदि वो स्टोमेटा, वो पोर्स क्लोज हो जाते हैं तो क्या होगा? वाटर लॉस जो हो रहा था वो बंद हो जाएगा, isn't it? So they can control the water loss in that way. So they control the rate of transpiration by opening and closing. Got it students? Now स्टोमेटा opens and closes. किस तरह से open और close होगा? अपने आप होता है क्या? कभी भी होता है क्या? No, it is not like that any time. It is according to stomata only. उसका मूड हुआ तो बंद हो गया, मूड हुआ तो खुल गया. Is it like that? No, it is not like that. It opens and closes according to turgidity of a guard cells. Now there is a name or term, one more term I am telling, guard cells. Guard, chowkidar, isn't it? So there are some cells which are surrounding that stomata, and that cells are called as guard cells. Yes. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द टर्जिडिटी, टर्जिड यानी एक तरह से टर्जिड बनना है ना, स्वोलन बनना, ये फूल जाना. So according to the turgidity of the guard cells, the stomata opens or closes. I hope this is clear. Yeah. So let us see how this stomata looks and what are the different parts of the stomata, है ना. थोड़ा सा हम लोग उसको देखेंगे कि किस तरह से हम बोल सकते हैं. तो you can see there, students, this is the structure of stomata. It is very roughly, yes, exactly ऐसा नहीं, but एक rough structure है. So that this is to explain you only, students. So what is this? This two green color, what is it? Is stomatal, or we can say it is a guard cells. Yes. So what is a stomata? Each stomatal pore, ये जो दिख रहा है ना, ये, this is a stomatal pore. What is it? This is a stomatal pore. Got it? Yeah. Now what is the other thing here? ये जो से दिख रहा है आपको, this one is, and even what can we say that these are the guard cells. Yes, these are the guard cells. So this each stomatal pore is surrounded by two kidney shaped or bean shaped cells, and this kidney shaped or bean shaped cells are called as what? They are called as guard cells. Yes, this is also guard cell and this is also guard cells. So this both kidney cell shape or bean shaped cells are guard cells which are surrounding this stomatal pore. I hope this is clear. Yeah. Now what is the role of guard cells? Guard cells क्या करता है? Guard करता है. किसको guard करता है? Stomatal का stomatal pore को guard करता है. Yes, it guards the stomatal pore. Now what is this? This is nothing but this is the nucleus there of the guard cell. Yes, this is the nucleus of the guard cells. And these are, what are these? These are the chloroplast, students. That means chloroplasts are also present in guard cells. Got it? So chloroplasts are also there, and this is a big one. With what is it? This is a, ये जो part है आपका. I'll show you this one. Yes, this is your vacuole, which is present in a guard cell. Okay. Important thing to remember, ये जो cells दिख रहे हैं, ये है आपके epidermal cells. क्या है? This is the epidermal cell. Yes, and this is the light green color cells. They are nothing but what? Subsidiary cells. अभी just ये आप इसका structure देखो, then I will tell you the role of each of the cell. Yes, मैं उसके role हम लोग एक के बाद एक पढ़ेंगे. I hope this is clear, students. अब जो guard cell रहता है ना, it is again a double layer. Yes, it is a double layer. Outer inner ऐसे दो layers होती है. Yeah, so this is about the stomata and the guard cells. I hope this is clear. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए. तो हमने देख लिया कि स्टोमेटल पोर को कौन सा किडनी शेप सेल या बीन शेप सेल सराउंड करते हैं, जिसको हम बोलते हैं गार्ड सेल्स. गॉट इट, स्टूडेंट्स? गार्ड सेल्स में भी क्लोरोप्लास्ट होता है. गार्ड सेल्स डबल वॉल्ड और डबल मेम्ब्रेन सेल होते हैं. गॉट इट? गार्ड सेल के बाहर में एपिडर्म सब्सिडियरी सेल्स रहेंगे, और सब्सिडियरी सेल के बाहर उसके और आगे में क्या रहता है? एपिडर्मल सेल्स रहते हैं. गॉट इट? So we will see one by one what is all these cells are or what is the role of this. Got it? So each stomatal pore is surrounded by two kidney or bean shaped cells. And these cells are nothing but a guard cells. This guard cells, as I told you, guard cells के पास chloroplast होते हैं. It is also having a cell wall. And it is a double layer cell wall. Yes, that means the cell wall is having inner layer or inner cell layer as well as outer layer cell wall. Got it? Now remember, inner cell wall is thick. जो अंदर का पार्ट है उसका सेल वॉल का, गार्ड सेल का, वो कैसा है? वो थिक है. Yes, which is facing the opening. Stomatal pore की जो opening face करेगा जो part, yes, that is thick. And the outer cell wall is thin. Remember this thing also. Now, what is the main role of the guard cells? The main function of the guard cell is to properly carry out the opening and closing mechanism of the stomach. Clear? Stomach का closing और opening को बराबर ढंग से करना ये मेन काम है किसका? गार्ड सेल्स। उसके बाद हमने देखा ना गार्ड सेल के बाहर एक पतले सेल्स थे। What are they? They are the subsidiary cells, or you can also call them as an accessory cell. Yes, we can also call them as an accessory cells. Now, where are these accessory cells? These are located adjacent to guard cells. Guard cells के तुरंत साथ में ही रहते हैं, वो रहते हैं accessory cells या subsidiary cells. What is the role of subsidiary cells? They are providing support students. Yes, and this helps in the movement of the guard cell. जब guard cells move होते हैं ना, that means when they are turgid जब हो गए, isn't it? Then when they become flaccid and inlet, that means there will be a movement of guard cells in this way. So at that time, the subsidiary cells, they provide the support to the guard cell. Yes, also we have seen in the structure that guard cell is there. After that, the subsidiary cells are there, and then there is an epidermal cells. The subsidiary cells are in between epidermal cells and guard cells. उन दोनों के बीच में. That's why, yes, in that way also, this subsidiary cells, they protect what? They protect the epidermal cells when the guard cells expand. जब guard cells ऐसे expand होगा, तो यहाँ पर तो जो एपिडर्मल सेल है कि वो उसको ज्यादा हर्ट ना हो, it should not be damaged. That's why in between, what is there? The subsidiary cells will be there, which will take note that the epidermal cell will not be damaged. Okay, epidermal cell को damage होने नहीं देंगे. So in that way also it is doing the protective nature. Got it, students? Now, last will be the epidermal cells. सबसे आखिरी में कौन सा cells है वहाँ पे? It is the epidermal cells. Epidermal cells is the outermost layer of the plant. Yes. And what is the role of epidermal cells? To provide the mechanical support to the plant. वो सारे plant को mechanical support provide करता है. What are they? They are the epidermal cells. I hope now this is clear. Yeah. So this was the structure of stomata. Now we will see a very important mechanism जो हम stomata में हमको पढ़ना चाहिए, that is how the stomata opens and how the stomata closes. This is again due to the help of किसके कारण होता है? Because of the guard cells, isn't it? So now how this complete mechanism takes place? Should we go with that? Yes, come on. Let's see, students. Again, this is two figure of stomata. आप देख सकते हो दो figure दिख रहे हैं आपको stomata के. There is little bit difference in both of them. क्या difference है? थोड़ा सा difference है दोनों में, है ना? Epidermal cells are here. These are the epidermal cells. Isn't it? Then these are the subsidiary cells. Got it? These are the vacuoles. These are the chloroplast. Yes. Now this is the nucleus. Here this one and here this one. है ना? इसी तरह से यहाँ पे ये भी न्यूक्लियस है और ये भी न्यूक्लियस है. और ये क्या है जिसकी हम लेबलिंग कर रहे हैं? ये क्या है? ये है गार्ड सेल्स. These are the guard cells. Now we all know this thing. Now the guard cells, दो layer. This is an outer layer and this is an inner layer. This is the outer layer. This is an inner layer. Inner layer is thicker. Yes, as compared to the outer layer, है ना? Inner layer थोड़ी सी thick होती है. Now यहाँ पर आप देखोगे there is a space here in between here, but here there is no space. So what is the difference here? Yes, I will write it down. This is an outer layer of guard cell. Yes, and this is an inner layer of guard cell. Isn't it? Now, actually what happens, students? Just listen it. What happens during the daytime? सुबह के समय में जब sunlight रहती है ना? उस समय में क्या होता है? The water it will flow into the guard cells. पानी है ना? Guard cells में आ जाता है. Guard cell के अंदर flow करके आता है. Got it? जब when the water comes in the guard cells, what will happen? किसी भी चीज में आप पानी भर दो तो क्या होगा? वो फूल जाएगा. So guard cells also swells. Yes, it swells and becomes turgid. So if this are the guard cell, students, this one and second, suppose this is a little bit bean shape, isn't it? Now if these are the guard cells, okay, during the daytime as water enters the guard cell, what happens? The guard cell starts to swell. इस तरह से फूलना शुरू करेगा. Yeah, when the guard cell starts to swell, what can you see here? Some change आप दिख रहा है? आपको कुछ change दिख रहा है? Can you see? There is some opening. कुछ तो भी खुल रहा है. Yeah. So this is what the space is coming in between because of the swelling. This is what is the opening of the stomatal pore. Yes. So when the water comes there, the guard cells swells and the stomatal pore opens. तब ये stomatal pore open होगा. Yes, तो ये जो guard cell है ना, this is a turgid glass guard cell. Got it? So at that time the guard cell opens. Similarly, when the guard cells lose water, अब guard cell ऐसा है, जैसे पानी उसमें से लॉस होगा तो वो वापस से सूख जाएगा, अपनी जगह पे आ जाएगा. It will become like this. So this pore which was open, now it has become closed. Yes. So this is what I can say. This is a stomatal pore which is closed. Yes. This is a closed stomatal. So this is, ये कौन सा part है? This is a flaccid guard cell. Yes, flaccid guard cell. Got it, students? I hope this is clear. बहुत ही simple है. ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग किस तरह से हम बोलेंगे? वेरी सिंपल. जब पानी आता है, यस, गार्ड सेल के अंदर जब पानी भरता है तो गार्ड सेल फूल जाता है. तो गार्ड सेल जब फूल जाता है तो बीच में क्या हो जाता है? एक गैप आ जाती है. पोर जो रहता है स्टोमेटा का वो ओपन हो जाता है. गॉट इट? और जैसे ही पानी गार्ड सेल से निकल जाएगा तो वापस से गार्ड सेल अपनी जगह पे आ जाएगा. तो जो पोर रहेगा, that pore it will be closed. That means the stomata it will be closed when the guard cell is at a flaccid condition. When it is turgid, the stomata opens. Is this much clear, all of you? Yes, don't worry, we will also explain exactly कैसे होता है, how the water comes and all, so don't worry about that. But this is a general mechanism. At the school level, you should know these things, at least. The basic, ये आपको पता रहना चाहिए. Yes, as one by one we can discuss more and more about the stomatal also. Okay, now the next thing. Again, this is very important to remember, students. जैसे कि हमने पढ़ा कि जो स्टोमेटल और द स्टोमेटा रहते हैं, yes, the stomatas are present on a near the or in the epidermis of this leaves, isn't it? But now, where is it exactly present? Is it on the under surface or it is on an upper surface? There is again a good question, and you should remember that it depends upon the type of plants. Yes, suppose it is a dicotyledonous plant. We know the two types according to the cotyledons, seed के हिसाब से, isn't it? Monocotyledons और dicotyledons. यदि वो dicotyledonous plant है, yes, so उसकी leaves कैसी रहती है? Broad leaves रहती है. Yes, so such plants, in such plants, the stomata occur more in lower leaf surface. Always remember, questions पूछा जा सकता है. In an MCQ also they can ask you the question. If it is a dicotyledonous plant which is having a broad leaves, yes, the stomata, they are occurred or they are found more in the lower surface of the leaf. Yeah. Similarly, if it is a monocotyledonous plant whose leaves are narrower, the stomata are generally equally distributed on both sides. That means they will be on an upper side of the leaf also, on the lower side of the leaf also. They are nearly equal. तरीके रहते हैं. Yes, very less difference is there in their number. But in dicotyledonous plant, more it will be on the lower surface of the leaf. Here I have given you some examples. जैसे dicotyledonous plant में sunflower or geranium, it is a dicot plant, isn't it? You can see in the sunflower, the stomata on upper side of leaf, if suppose 120 stomatas are there on an upper side of leaf, on a lower side it will be 175. नॉट अ बिग डिफरेंस, बहुत डिफरेंस नहीं है, ये नियरली सेम है. सिमिलरली जिरेनियम में यदि अपर साइड ऑफ लीफ में 29 है, यस, लोअर साइड में what can you say 179. So is it a difference? You can say, sorry, 120 and 175, it is definitely a difference, and 29 and 179, it is again a very vast difference there. So for a dicotyledonous plants, where are the stomata more present? They are present on a lower surface. So this is the lower part. Yes, you can see 175, 179. यहाँ पर है upper में 120, 29. So here it is more. यहाँ पर ज़्यादा है. Similarly, if I go for monocot, yeah, like wheat or onion. In wheat, you see the number of stomata on upper side of the leaf is 50 and on lower side is 40. In onion, upper and lower side both 175, 170. So they are equally distributed or more or less equally distributed, we can say, isn't it? So remember this point of differentiation. One more important point, remember, यदि monocotyledonous plant has students, in that plants the guard cells are dumbbell shaped shape. वो dumbbell shape जैसे रहेंगे. The shape of the guard cells I am talking. Yes, if it is a dicot plants, then they will have the guard cells with bean shaped. This is again a very important difference. Bean shape, that means this one that I have shown you, है ना, इस तरह से रहेंगे वो bean shaped में. This is a bean shape. Dumbbell shape means what is it? Dumbbell we have seen in the gym. This is dumbbell. Yes, so it will be dumbbell shape there. This is in a monocot and this is in a dicot. So this is also a very good point to remember. Yes, ये चीजें आपको यदि पता है तो you will have some extra knowledge. Yes, and that will be help you. Now, if I am talking about the exact mechanism, yes, if I want to know about the exact mechanism that how the guard cells open or how the guard cells closes. We know now that when the जब water आएगा तो वो swell हो जाएंगे and because of that the pore opens and like that, isn't it? But what is the exact mechanism? So there are some theories. इसके लिए कुछ theories है that some have scientists and all, they have discovered some theory. There are some things that they are saying that what are the exact mechanisms. So two main theories are there. One is sugar concentration theory and another is potassium ion concentration theory. Yes, so we will discuss this both theory. हम ये दोनों theory पढ़ेंगे, लेकिन इसमें से जो potassium ion concentration theory है, it is generally more accepted. ये theory ज़्यादा accept की गई है. Yes, now we will discuss both the theory one by one. If I am talking about the first theory, that is sugar concentration theories. Now what is there in this theory? ये theory में क्या होता है? So according to this theory, what happens, students? We know that, as I told you, during the daytime water enters, yes, and the stomata swells, isn't it? So during daytime, students, We know that the guard cells also have chloroplast. हमने अभी guard cell का structure देखा, उसमें मैंने आपको दिखाया कि it is also having chloroplast. यदि chloroplast है तो guard cell भी photosynthesis में participate करेगा, isn't it? So guard cell will also do the photosynthesis, isn't it? If photosynthesis is taking place there also, that means sugar or glucose is also formed there. Yes, in the process of photosynthesis sugar या ग्लूकोज भी बन रहा है. कहाँ पर? क्लोरोप्लास्ट में. कौन से क्लोरोप्लास्ट में? जो कि गार्ड सेल में है. सो वहां पर भी शुगर बन रहा है. Yes, the sugar or the glucose when it increases, जब ये ग्लूकोज बनता है, yes, because of the formation of this glucose or sugar, what happens? The osmotic pressure of the guard cells, it increases. ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर यानी क्या है? जिसके कारण, ऑस्मोटिक मीन्स जहां पर ऑस्मोलाइट्स बढ़ जाएंगे. ऑस्मोलाइट्स दैट मीन्स सल्यूट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बढ़ जाएगा. बिकॉज शुगर इट इज अगेन ए सल्यूट, है ना, सॉल्वेंट बोल दिया तो वाटर. तो जहां पर ऑस्मोलाइट्स बढ़ गए दैट मीन्स ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर बढ़ गया बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन और मोर फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द शुगर. So what happens now? The solute is more, osmotic pressure is more, water content is less in the guard cells. तो जब कभी भी पानी कहीं पे कम रहता है तो पानी का फ्लो कैसे आता है? It is always from a higher concentration to lower concentration according to the osmosis, isn't it? तो अब गार्ड सेल में पानी का concentration कम हो गया, water content falls because of the high osmotic pressure. So from the adjoining cell, आजू बाजू की जो सेल है, आजू बाजू कौन सा सेल है? सब्सिडियरी सेल्स है, एपिडर्मल सेल्स है. So from that cells, from the subsidiary cells, the water enters the guard cells. Yes, पानी guard cells के अंदर आएगा due to the endoosmosis. Now I hope आप सभी को पता है what is osmosis, what is exosmosis, what is endoosmosis, isn't it? Yeah. So due to endoosmosis, this water comes inside from the adjoining cells into the guard cells. When the concentration of water becomes more in the guard cells now, the guard cells becomes turgid. Yes, and the stomatal pore opens, or the stomata opens, I can say, isn't it? When the stomata opens, it allows the diffusion of gases. Got it? So this is how the stomata opens. So shall we just write it in a flow chart? Point to point हम लिखेंगे. I am not giving you everything. You can note it down, students. Whenever I am teaching in the class में जब भी आपको पढ़ा रही हूँ, you should have a habit to keep a copy and pen with you and write all the important point you feel, ताकि वो आप आपके खुद के notes बना सकते हो. Yes, don't depend what is there in the written in the slides. Try to write it by your own, in your own copy. That would definitely help you, students. Got it? So if I am saying in the sugar concentration theory, what I say that because of the photosynthesis, performed where? In chloroplast. Am I right? Chloroplast में in chloroplast, और ये कहाँ पे? Chloroplast which is present in guard cell again, और chloroplast of guard cells. क्या हो गया? photosynthesis हो रही है वहां पे, so there will be formation of sugar, isn't it? और हम इसको ग्लूकोज ही है वो, we say, isn't it? Now this formation of glucose or sugar, it increases. क्या इसके कारण क्या होगा? There will be increase in osmotic pressure of what? Guard cells. Increasing osmotic pressure, that means increase in what? Increase in osmolite. और यू कैन ऑल्सो सिंपल वे में आप सल्यूट भी बोल सकते हो, है ना. तो सल्यूट बढ़ जाएगा यानी कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड बन जाएगा. isn't it? Concentrated बन गया यानी वहां पे water content कम हो गया. Now because of this, yes, what will happen? Thus, water drawn from adjacent cell, yes, adjacent cells में we can say the subsidiary cells, okay. Yes, into the guard cells. Guard cell में पानी लिया जाएगा. Now because of that, what will happen? Now the guard cells becomes turgid. Guard cells turgid बन जाएंगे. Yes, and it will open or the stomata opens. Because of that, stomata opens. Or stomata open हो गया तो this will allow what? This will allow the diffusion of gas. Diffusion of gases and transpiration takes place. Am I right? ये होता है कि कब स्टोमेटा ओपन होगा बिकॉज ऑफ द formation of the sugar. Yes, as now similarly when the water content of leaf become less, जब लीफ में वाटर कंटेंट कम हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? गार्ड सेल में जो पानी है ना अब लीफ में कम हो गया, दैट मीन्स बाहर के सेल्स में कम हो गया और गार्ड सेल में ज्यादा है तो पानी हमेशा ज्यादा से कम की तरफ जाएगा, तो गार्ड सेल से वाटर फ्लो होके वापस से सेल्स में जाएगा दूसरे सेल्स बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सोस्मोसिस. यस, और गार्ड सेल से वो पानी निकल जाएगा तो गार्ड सेल कैसा हो जाएगा? इट विल मेक द गार्ड सेल फ्लैसिड. Yes, as the guard cell becomes flaccid, the stomata closes. Got it? The stomata closes. I hope this is clear. Here I can write here into the guard cells by endoosmosis. Yes. So, अब उल्टा क्या होगा? The next what we can see that when the closing takes place, I can write here when water content of leaf becomes less. जब लीफ में पानी कम हो जाएगा दूसरे पार्ट्स में लीफ के तो वाटर फ्रॉम द गार्ड सेल्स वाटर इज ड्रॉन आउट, बाहर निकल जाए बाय एक्सोऑस्मोसिस. Yes, so guard cell becomes flaccid. Flaccid means a type of loose. They will become loose there, isn't it? And the stomata closes. Stomata close हो जाएगा. Got it? So this is what is your sugar concentration theory. Yes, ये शुगर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन थ्योरी के हिसाब से ये मैकेनिज्म बताया गया है कि किस तरह से स्टोमेटा पोर ओपन और क्लोज होता है. गॉट इट? दूसरी थ्योरी है पोटेशियम आयन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन थ्योरी, वो विच आई टोल्ड यू दैट इट इज मोस्टली एक्सेप्टेड थ्योरी. Yes, now what happens in this potassium ion concentration theory? As again the same thing during the daytime when the sunlight is there, the guard cell undergo photosynthesis. Guard cells photosynthesize. Yes, because they have क्यों? क्योंकि उनके पास क्लोरोप्लास्ट है. इससे क्या होता है? Because of the photosynthesis ATP is produced. Yes, because of the photosynthesis ATP we know adenosine triphosphate क्या है जिससे एनर्जी मिलता है. ATP is produced with some ATP के साथ साथ और क्या बनता है? With some organic acid. Yes, ATP तो बनेगा, ATP के साथ साथ कुछ ऑर्गेनिक एसिड भी प्रोड्यूस्ड होता है. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. Now, in this guard cell, students, there are so hydrogen potassium exchange pump are present. Yes, hydrogen potassium exchange pump are present there, or proton potassium exchange pump भी बोल सकते हैं, which are present on a guard cells. ये cells क्या करते हैं? ये cells जो है ना प्रोटॉन या फिर हाइड्रोजन और पोटेशियम का अंदर बाहर अलाउड करते हैं. ये सारे आयंस, रिमेंबर स्टूडेंट्स, दिस you will get to know in much higher classes as well as when we go in too much of detail कि कोई भी आयंस को अंदर बाहर करने के लिए they cannot do in that way. There are some channels, there are some gates through that they can diffuse in and out also. Okay, so here also there are some air pumps are present. Now, so ये ATP produce हो रहा है, some organic acid, as I told you, the organic acid like malic acid. Yes, malic acid बनेगी. Organic acid I can write here. Organic acid like should I write in the bracket? Yes, like malic acid. उसके बाद oxaloacetic acid. Yes, aspartic acid. ऐसी कुछ एसिड्स भी बनते हैं जब एटीपी फॉर्म होता है, फोटोसिंथेसिस जब होता है उस समय. ओके, यहाँ तक समझ में आया. अब ये जो मैलिक एसिड है, ये जो एसिड्स बनेंगी, दे विल डिसोसिएट. हियर आई कैन राइट हियर दैट दिस मैलिक एसिड बाद में डिसोसिएट होता है इनटू, किसमें डिसोसिएट होगा? इट विल डिसोसिएट इनटू हाइड्रोजन आयन and malate ion. Yes, इसमें डिसोसिएट हो. Now, जैसे कि मैंने बोला, what I told you that what are there, some H plus K plus exchange pump present on guard cells. कहाँ पर है? ये guard cell में present. ओके, अब ये पंप को काम करने के लिए क्या रिक्वायर होता है? दे रिक्वायर एटीपी. यस, दे रिक्वायर एटीपी टू वर्क. नाउ एटीपी तो मिल गई, फोटोसिंथेसिस में एटीपी मिल गई, सो वो ये वाली एटीपी यूज करेंगे. यस, एंड यस, एटीपी इज यूज्ड. एटीपी क्यों यूज होता है? एज एन एनर्जी, isn't it? So ATP is used to make potassium ions from the nearby cell to enter the guard cells. Yes, to make potassium K plus, that means ये है potassium ion from nearby cell, आजू बाजू के सेल में जो पोटेशियम है. Yes, it makes the potassium ions from nearby cell to enter guard cell. guard cell के अंदर बुलाएगा उसको. Yes, through the pump. ये जो पंप है guard cell में, उसके थ्रू. Yes, और इसके साथ जैसे पोटेशियम अंदर आएगा तो वो पंप से H प्लस आयन, yes, is exchanged. H प्लस आयन जो मैलेट यहाँ पर बना है, ये वाला आयन, ये जो अंदर बना है गार्ड सेल्स में, isn't it? ये इसके बदले में एक्सचेंज होगा, यानी H प्लस आयन गार्ड सेल से बाहर जाएगा और पोटेशियम आयन गार्ड सेल्स के अंदर आएगा. सो H प्लस आयन इज एक्सचेंज. यस, यहाँ तक समझ में आया? आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. गॉट इट. नाउ दिस पोटेशियम, अब गार्ड सेल के अंदर क्या है? गार्ड सेल के अंदर हो गया पोटेशियम आयन. This potassium ions are balanced by malate ions. Malate ion भी है अंदर. Yes, पोटेशियम आयंस मैलेट आयन से बैलेंस्ड होगा और उसके साथ साथ कुछ क्लोराइड आयंस भी एब्जॉर्ब किए जाते हैं. Some chloride ions are also absorbed. Okay, so I'll write it down here. Just a minute. Yes, we can write here the potassium ions. Yes, balanced by malate ions. Yes, also some chloride ions are absorbed. अब उसका मतलब अंदर क्या हो गया, अभी गार्ड सेल के अंदर आप देखो कितने सारे आयंस है. पोटेशियम आयंस है, पॉजिटिव चार्ज, क्लोराइड आयंस जो कि नेगेटिव चार्ज, मैलेट आयंस, ये ना इतने सारे आयंस बन गए. दैट मीन्स व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, द आयंस, द सॉल्यूट्स आर इंक्रीजिंग और इसके कारण ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर क्या हो जाएगा. दिस ऑल कॉजेज व्हाट, increase in osmotic pressure, है ना. गार्ड सेल का ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर बढ़ जाएगा. यस, एंड मेक्स द गार्ड सेल्स हाइपरटोनिक. गार्ड सेल्स हाइपरटोनिक बन जाएगा. तो अब वाटर का कंटेंट क्या हो गया, गार्ड सेल में कम हो गया और गार्ड सेल के बाहर वाटर कंटेंट ज्यादा हो गया. So what will happen? The water from outside or the adjacent cells enters into the guard cells. Water from adjacent cells enter guard cells. Yes, becomes turgid. And at last what happens? The stomata opens. Stomata open हो जाएगा. I hope समझ में आया यहाँ तक. अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग, एक बार मैं रिपीट कर रही हूँ फिर से. जैसे ही फोटोसिंथेसिस होता है गार्ड सेल में, क्या होता है, शुगर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन तो बनेगा, है ना. शुगर बनेगा डेफिनेटली, उसके साथ साथ एटीपी प्रोड्यूस होती है और कुछ ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स भी बनते हैं, जैसे मैंने बताया नेम ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स. अब ये जो ऑर्गेनिक एसिड है वो भी डिसोसिएट होते हैं आयंस में. गॉट इट. ये सब है गार्ड सेल्स में. एटीपी भी फॉर्म हो रहा है फोटोसिंथेसिस प्रोसेस में. अब गार्ड सेल्स में हाइड्रोजन पोटेशियम पंप और एक्सचेंज पंप्स रहते हैं मेम्ब्रेन में, जिनको वर्क करने के लिए एनर्जी की जरूरत होती है. एनर्जी दे वांट इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ एटीपी. गॉट इट. जब एटीपी प्रोड्यूस होता है फोटोसिंथेसिस के थ्रू, ये एटीपी वो यूज करेंगे और ये जो पंप है ये एक्टिव हो जाते हैं. यस, व्हाट विल दे डू? They will take the potassium ion which are nearby. जो गार्ड सेल के आसपास दूसरे सेल्स में, वहां से पोटेशियम आयन को गार्ड सेल के अंदर ला रहे हैं और उसके एक्सचेंज में हाइड्रोजन आयन को बाहर लेके जा रहे हैं. तो गार्ड सेल के अंदर पोटेशियम आयन आ गए, मैलेट आयन पहले से बने हुए थे और कुछ क्लोराइड आयंस को भी एब्जॉर्ब किया जाता है. इस तरह से आयन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन गार्ड सेल में बढ़ जाता है, जिसके कारण ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर बढ़ जाएगा, यानी वाटर कंटेंट कम हो गया. जैसे ही वाटर कंटेंट कम हो जाएगा, आजू बाजू के सेल्स जैसे सब्सिडियरी सेल्स है, वहां से वाटर अंदर आएगा अपने आप, बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस ओनली. ओके, दैट इज फ्रॉम अ हायर टू लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. जैसे ही वाटर अंदर आएगा, गार्ड सेल फूल जाएगा, इट बिकम्स टर्जिड. जैसे ही गार्ड सेल फूल जाएगा, स्टोमेटा ओपन हो जाएगा. Got it? So this is an exact mechanism how the stomata opens. अब रात के समय क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स, ड्यूरिंग नाइट, तो पोटेशियम आयन जो गार्ड सेल के अंदर है ना, वो लीक होना शुरू करते हैं. दैट मीन्स बाहर जाना शुरू करते हैं. जैसे ही पोटेशियम आयन बाहर चले जाएंगे, जाना शुरू करेंगे, आयन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन गार्ड सेल के अंदर का कम हो जाएगा। यस, तो जैसे जैसे आयन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम हो जाएगा, वाटर कंटेंट ज्यादा हो जाएगा, क्योंकि आयन कम हो रहा है ऑटोमेटिकली, है ना। और उसी के साथ में वाटर जब बढ़ जाएगा गार्ड सेल के अंदर, अपने आप ऑस्मोसिस के थ्रू ज्यादा से कम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन में जाना है, सो वाटर विल गो आउट एंड द स्टोमेटा विल क्लोज डाउन। गॉट इट? सो इन दिस वे, through this potassium ion concentration theory also, this is a mechanism which is widely accepted for the opening and closing of a stomatal pore. I hope this is very much clear to all of you. If you have any doubt, you have any question, you can ask me there afterwards uh, in the comment box also, or you can message me also, isn't it? Just a minute. Now, before moving for the types of stomata, we'll just discuss that what is the functions of stomata. I hope वो तो सभी को पता है अभी functions कौन से stomata के. Yes, if I want to ask you the functions of stomata, कौन से function है? You can just write it down. First of main function we can say gaseous exchange, है ना? Stomata is used in a gaseous exchange. Then the second function is transpiration. है ना, transpiration and removal of, in that way it can remove excess of water. रिमूवल ऑफ एक्सेस वाटर, ज्यादा का जो पानी यदि सपोज प्लांट के अंदर है, उसको वो ट्रांसपिरेशन के थ्रू बाहर निकाल देगा. In that way we can say that it maintains what? Stomata also maintains the moisture balance. Yes, it maintains the moisture balance by opening and closing. है ना, मॉइस्चर जब कम हो जाएगा, ज्यादा हो जाएगा, अकॉर्डिंगली वो ओपन क्लोज करेगा और मॉइस्चर के बैलेंस को मेंटेन करेगा. सिमिलरली एट नाइट इट क्लोजेस. यस, बहुत जगह जब पानी की कमी रहती है जहाँ पर, है ना, वाटर लॉस होने का डर रहता है, सो एट नाइट द स्टोमेटा क्लोजेस टू अवॉइड लॉस ऑफ वाटर ऑल्सो. During the daytime also, in some desert plants, कुछ desert plants में जब water amount बहुत कम रहता है, isn't it? The soil doesn't have much water, and because of the because of too much of heat, there is a possibility that the water loss can be done due to the transpiration during daytime. तो daytime में भी वो stomata close रहेगा, ताकि water loss नहीं होगा due to the transpiration. In that way it can adjust. Yes, it can adjust and it can help the plants to conserve the water accordingly. Got it, students? So these are some functions of stomata. Now we will move for the different types of stomata. We'll थोड़ा सा fast जाएंगे. Types of stomata, students. There are different types of stomatas. Mainly we can classify it in 5 types based on the subsidiary cells, है ना. तो पहला टाइप है आपका anomocytic stomata. Yes, anomocytic stomata. Now this anomocytic stomata, isko we also call it as a irregular cell type. Yes, or ranunculus cell. Got it? This is also called as irregular cell type or ranunculus cells. What is it? It is anomocytic stomata. ये स्टोमेटा कैसे रहता है, what is the difference or what is there? The subsidiary cells in such type of stomata, they are irregularly shaped. That's why हम उसको बोलते हैं irregular, isn't it? जैसा ये स्टोमेटा है, for example, जैसे if I give you like this, yeah, if I draw like this, I'm just giving short, हम लोग in a very roughly I'm drawing this. Yes, exact नहीं है, but yes, roughly, if this is a guard cells, isn't it? So what can you see here? The subsidiary cells, if they are there, it would be like this. Yes, it is irregular. Regularly nahi hai, है ना? And they are difficult to distinguish also. Difficult to distinguish, that means we know that stomata, it is above the guard cells के बाहर में subsidiary cells, and then there are epidermal cells. So they are very difficult to differentiate from the epidermal cell also. तो हम नहीं बता पाएंगे कि कौन सा subsidiary cells है, कौन सा epidermal cells है. They are a mix of, you can say, look. Yes, they are very difficult to distinguish. So there is no definite number and arrangement also of the cells surrounding the stomata. Irregular रहेंगे, कितने भी number हो सकते हैं, कैसे भी arrangement में वो हो सकता है. Got it? So these such type of stomata, we can found it in cloves. You can found it in digitalis. Yes, so they are called as anemocytic stomata. Got it, students? So no definite number and arrangement. Got it? After that, another type of stomata, it is anisocytic stomata. What is it? It is anisocytic stomata. इसको हम बोलते हैं unequal cell type. The first one was irregular type, isn't it? This is unequal cell type or cruciferous stomata. They are also called as cruciferous stomata. Such stomata are surrounded by 3 subsidiary cells. Here the number of cells are fixed, that means there will be 3. Yes, if this is a stomata, this is a guard cell, students. Yes, so इसके पास subsidiary cells कितने रहेंगे? We know that there will be 3 subsidiary cells. Yes, so there are 3 subsidiary cells, but with unequal size. Yes, one is smaller as compared to 2 other. देखो ये छोटा है ये दोनों के compare से. Yes, one is smaller than other 2. So such are called as anisocytic stomata. Example of such stomata, you can find it in datura. You have seen or heard about the plant datura. Yes, datura is there, then belladonna is there. In this we can say that we can see the anisocytic stomata, okay, or cruciferous stomata. The next type of stomata, it is parasitic stomata. What is it? It is parasitic stomata. Now parasitic stomata, also called as parallel cell type or rubaceous stomata. Now what is the we can say in such type of stomata, यहाँ पर क्या रहता है students? Now this is again a guard cells. Number of subsidiary cells, they are 2. Yes, this is 1. ये एक सब्सिडियरी सेल हो गया और इसी तरह से ये दूसरा हो गया. और कैसा है ये? They are parallel, isn't it? They are parallel to this guard cells. That's why we say that it is a parallel cell type. So stomata have 2 specific subsidiary cells, one on outer side of each guard cells. हर एक गार्ड सेल्स के बाहर एक, यानी ये वाला गार्ड सेल है, इसके बाहर एक सब्सिडियरी सेल, ये वाला गार्ड सेल है, इसके बाहर सब्सिडियरी सेल्स, एंड दे आर पैरेलल टू द गार्ड सेल. या यदि ये अरेंजमेंट रहती है, ये गार्ड सेल्स है और इसी के बाहर में एक एक सब्सिडियरी सेल्स है, इसके कारण क्या होता है? गार्ड सेल्स जब एक्सपांड या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है ना, so it helps a lot for that because a single cell is there, isn't it? So it helps there. So example where you can find such type of stomata, parasitic stomata, you can find it in Coca. Yes, you can find it in the plants like coca. Got it, students? Now, another type of stomata, it is dicytic stomata. Yes, dicytic stomata, जिसको हम cross wall stomata भी बोलते हैं, और भी also called as carophylacous stomata. Yes, what is there in this stomata, students? This is parallel stomata था ना? Yeah, उसी तरह से यहाँ भी रहता है, but what is the difference here? You can see the stomata or the guard cell first of all. It is surrounded by again the subsidiary cells. दो ही रह गए subsidiary cells, but now in the parallel type they were like this ना. Here it will be like this. इस तरह से रहेंगे. The subsidiary cells are like this. Got it? So the stomata are surrounded by a pair of subsidiary cells that are perpendicular to the guard cell. गार्ड सेल के 90 डिग्री पे परपेंडिकुलर पे, इसके पहले वाले में पैरेलल थे. Got it? So example of such you can find it in a peppermint plant. Such diacytic stomata can be seen. The last one is, students, which is called as a graminaceous stomata. It consists two dumbbell shaped guard cells. यहाँ पर भी दो guard cell रहेंगे, और ये guard cell कैसे रहते हैं? Dumbbell. I told you where the dumbbell shaped guard cells are there. Yes, we have written there. We have. I hope this is clear that where you can find the dumbbell shaped guard cells in monocot plants, isn't it? So here also you will see the dumbbell shaped guard cells and two corresponding subsidiary cells. Now this subsidiary cells जो रहेंगे ये रहेंगे पैरेलल ही रहेंगे गार्ड सेल्स के. फर्क ये है कि गार्ड सेल का शेप बीन शेप नहीं रहेगा, वो डम्बेल शेप रहेगा. ये नहीं इस तरह का शेप रहेगा. Yes, the guard cells are in this way. This is a dumbbell. ये गार्ड सेल हो गया, और दूसरा गार्ड सेल भी इसी तरह से बनेगा. This is dumbbell shaped guard cells, and to them they are this subsidiary cells. It will be parallel to this. This is one subsidiary cells and this will be the another subsidiary cells. इस तरह से subsidiary cells रहे. Got it? So this is called as this type of stomata are the graminaceous stomata. The subsidiary cells are parallel, guard cells are dumbbell shaped guard cells. Yes, where the two subsidiary cells are there. Parallel to guard cells. Got it? The guard cells are found narrow in the middle and wider at the end. So that is the same, that is the shape of the dumbbell only, which is narrow in the middle and wider at the end. Got it? Example of such type of stomata, you can find it in the family that is called as a Graminacea family. Yes. Got it? So we can find it in Graminaceae family. So these are the 5 different types of stomata. So we have seen, students, the structure of stomata. हमने stomata का structure पढ़ा, functions देखे. We have seen the opening and closing of stomata. Yes, in that we have seen an exact mechanism, how it is done. The two theories we have discussed, the sugar concentration theory and potentium ion concentration theory. And at last we have done with the types of stomata. आई थिंक दिस होल थिंग इज वेरी मच क्लियर, और हमने आज काफ़ी कुछ पढ़ लिया स्टोमेटा के बारे में, एंड दिस विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट while completing your preparations there. Yes, so I hope you understand. In the next class we will come with a very new topic, students. Till then, all of you, thank you for attending the class. Till we meet in the next class, till then, keep learning. All the best for your studies. And yes, you can download the Arth Academy app. The link is given here. Yes, you can download the app with this link, because Arth Academy app is providing you complete courses on the topics from a school level to your NEET exams, different competitive exams like NEET, then IIT JEM, CSI, UGC NET, DBT, as well as the BSc level, BSc as well as MSc level exams regarding the biology part. But yes, for the school students, we will cover the complete science section also. Okay, so see you in the next class. And yes, if you have not downloaded the app, please download and be there with us. Yes, till then, all of you, bye bye, take care. God bless you.